Welcome back, friends. Oh. I literally woke up this morning thinking about right now. Our guest today is one of my favorites. I love this woman. Madeleine Smithberg is an Emmy and Peabody Award-winning producer. She is the co-creator of The Daily Show and worked on some classic segments for David Letterman during the NBC years. It is my extreme pleasure to say for the first time in many years, audience, give it up for my friend Madeleine Smithberg. You're back. God, I missed you. Oh, wait, hold on a minute, Madeleine. We're having technical. I can't hear you.
She needs to unmute.
Oh, unmute.
God, it's just like every Zoom I've ever been on.
Madeleine, leave it to us with that emotional, excited intro. And I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, Madeleine Smithberg, and you look like a mime.
It literally, every Zoom I have ever been on begins with, you are muted. So it's absolutely perfect. I can't believe I did that.
I know.
I've got all this tech set up, and I've still got my fabulous man, JJ, in Northern California, and I've got a fancy camera and a fancy mic and lights, and I muted myself.
It's fantastic. We wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, we have so much to get to. Let's start with the most important. The last time that we heard from you, or the last time you were here, we talked to you briefly at the beginning of your battle with breast cancer. The most important question I'm going to ask today, how are you doing?
Jason, I am great. I am clean. I am fine. But I have to say that it was the worst thing I've ever been through, as you can possibly imagine. And nothing you do can ever prepare you for really chemo. Chemo, I don't know. They've got to come up with a better solution because I didn't feel the cancer, but the chemo has just left a lot of lingering party gifts. And the road back was brutal, but I'm back.
You are back.
And I'm really happy to be back.
Sweet Angel, what did you learn about yourself during that? I was wondering, what did you learn about yourself?
Oh, I don't know, Jason. I learned, I don't know. I feel like I learned that I'm much stronger than I ever thought that I could or would be. But at the same time, I learned that nothing really can prepare you for things that life throws in your direction. I did learn to wake up every morning with gratitude. And I say that I practice gratitude, which I think is funny. It's like, I got to practice because otherwise I'm going to forget how to do it. But the truth is, I wake up every morning and think of like 5 things that I'm grateful for. And one of them is just to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. How's the family? Because you just, a couple things with the family. You celebrated your anniversary recently, so congratulations. How's the
Thank you.
How's the family?
We're all great. Me and Sam and actually my son Harry have all moved to San Diego. We moved last August. And there's Harry. That's him on Mother's Day. He surprised me with a sunset cruise. And it's just San Diego. I don't know what they did, but they had the recipe for just perfection. And I have never been happier in a place, in a time in my life. It is so beautiful, Jason. And just the light, the people, everybody's happy. They smile at you. Everybody, like I can't even describe it. The garbage men are cleaning up and you walk by and they go, hi, like just because.
I have been there I have been there numerous times and I absolutely agree. It's beautiful. There's an old bit, Madeleine. I love Lewis Black, and Lewis has a great bit where he talks about The, the best job in the world, Madeleine, is being a weatherman in San Diego, because it goes something like this. It's going to be nice. Back to you. Yeah.
That's it. That is so Lewis. That is so Lewis. You know, I wrote his introduction millions of years ago. When a news story falls through the cracks, Lewis Black catches it for a segment we call Back in Black.
Yeah.
That is my words, not a penny from the WGA, but anyway, yes.
Not a penny of residuals from that one.
But you know what else they have on the evening news? They have a surf report.
San Diego has a surf report?
A surf report. And it's hilarious.
Because for people that don't know, Madeleine was in Seattle for a while. Do you miss any elements of Seattle, my friend?
Okay, so ironically,
Oh, Madeleine, we lost you. There we go. You're back now.
Oh my God, I'm having audio issues. No, in my exuberance, I knocked my fancy mic off its stand.
I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes,
what do you miss about Seattle?
I miss the summers. The summers were beautiful, but quite honestly, for me, it was terrible because we had 2 years of COVID, and then I had a year of chemo when I couldn't leave the house, all locked in a house with one bathroom. And it got dark at 4 o'clock for 80% of the year and then rained all the time. And so it felt kind of like a prison for me.
Yeah.
And I feel liberated now. I feel like I've made it and I'm out. And I've gotten to the, if it was like a sci-fi movie, I'm out of the silo
you went from sepia to Technicolor. Well, you heard Madeleine mention The Daily Show. When we come back, we're of course going to talk about her legendary career. More with my buddy Madeleine Smithberg when we return. Back in a moment. Welcome back to the broadcast. We're so glad you're here. Full episodes available on YouTube, Tubi, and Fox Local. We are chatting. We're chatting with my dear friend, TV producing legend, Madeleine Smithberg. We're going to talk about Letterman a little bit later, but Madeleine co-created a little bitty TV show you might have heard of called The Daily Show over there on Comedy Central. And I want to show people something, Madeleine, because I haven't even seen this. Madeleine hired another performer you might have heard of, Stephen Colbert, and we're going to show... This is a little clip that Madeleine looked at to hire Stephen. Look at this.
Our soup today is a creamy fish chowder with chunks of potatoes, corn, and scallops. $7.95.
That was from the ill-fated Dana Carvey show, which had a brilliant cast, but ABC put that after Home Improvement, and the rest is history. Anyway, Madeleine, what was it about Colbert and that just popped off for you and made you go, let's do it?
Okay, so there was an agent, a junior agent at William Morris named Mike August, and he sent over this tape, and he said, I want you to take a look at my client, Stephen Colbert. And I got so many tapes. You couldn't even see me behind my desk because it was just like a mountain they were 3/4-inch cassettes in those days, and they were the size of a dictionary. And one day, I don't know, I was bored, and I thought, let me just pop this in. I know it's going to be nothing. And it was several clips from the Dana Carvey show, and they were all really brilliant. There was one where he was Sam Donaldson, and they were doing the show on a roller coaster and just pretending like nothing was happening. And I thought, this is engaging. And all of a sudden, that sketch of waiters who were nauseated by food came on, and I could not stop laughing. I felt like I was gonna do spit takes alone in my office, and I just saw something, and it was literally like a gut instinct. And before the sketch had even finished, I picked up the phone and I called Mike August and I said, when can he start? And in those days at Comedy Central, Doug Herzog and Eileen Katz were running the network, and they believed in me so much that I didn't even need to get permission to hire people. I had no network oversight. And I just called this guy in, and I knew where I was in the food chain. And I knew that I couldn't own people and have exclusivity. So I would pay a certain flat fee, and I'd get them for 3 days, and they would travel and then come back and work in post and then go in the studio and present the story. And Stephen started the next week, and he was beguiling. He has this magical quality where life is improv with him, and his mind works like 1,000 times faster than anybody else's mind you've ever met. His heart is great, but he's so knowledgeable and so well read and has references that he's drawing from that you feel like you're suddenly dancing with Fred Astaire in a comedy realm, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so then what happened was, about 3 months later, I called back the same agent, Mike August, and I said, okay, you're gonna think I'm nuts, and you're not wrong, but do you have another one? He's great. And he goes, oh, yeah. Go back and look at that tape that you love, the sketch of waiters who are nauseated by food, and you'll see his best friend and his performing and writing partner, Steve Carell. So I go back and I watch the tape again, and of course I'm giggling uncontrollably. And Steve Carell comes in. Now, it wasn't as quick. Steve went out on 3 field pieces with my producers, and he wasn't quite, he was likable, he was wonderful, he was sweet, but he wasn't quite getting the game, which he, of course, later would.
Yeah.
So I pulled out the big guns, and I got my best producer, my AAA hitter. His name is Stuart Bailey. And Stuart took Steve out, and they did a piece in LA. And we used to always we studied Stone Phillips on Dateline. That was part of, I always say Stone Phillips should have a created by credit on The Daily Show, because we would study the furrowed brow and the way that the eyes would lock in camera and the walk and talk. Very important, very important. We don't know why, but it's very important. And so he took Steve Carell to do a walk and talk on a really steep hill in Griffith Park, and Steve Carell had his eyes locked on camera. He had with giant mic cubes that said The Daily Show and almost covered their faces. And the top of his body was locked in camera, but the bottom of his body was going nuts as he went down the hill. And I wish I could find it. And I made Stuart Bailey show it to me 7 times in the edit bay. And I walked into my office, called his manager, and said, I want to put him in a deal.
Unbelievable. Madeleine has a treasure trove of these stories. Plus, what is she working on for herself and David Letterman? We have so much more to talk about when we return. Back in a moment, everybody. Welcome back, my dear friends. Madeleine Smithberg is my special guest. I love this woman. To the moon and back. Okay. Because it will so perfectly back into talking about Mr. Letterman, I want you to tell the folks, because you just heard me say Madeleine has a truckload of stories, and luckily we will hopefully get a few of them. You're writing a book, my friend.
Yes, I am, Jason, and I delivered it 2 weeks ago to my publisher. I'm really happy with it. It's a memoir, and it's called Finding the Funny: My Mad Ride Through Late Night Comedy. And I have had the time of my life. The book really brought me back from my cancer experience. I did not know what to do. I didn't have the energy to go back to doing Mad in the Kitchen, which was my online comedy cooking venture that I did during COVID. I just didn't know what to do. I didn't want to produce anymore. And I just dove in and I started writing this book. And it was like therapy. And it is a ride, and you're gonna love this. The narrative structure of my book, I've always thought my life was a roller coaster, but I realized it's a ride at Disneyland. It
You're
has
right.
the narrative
I'm
arc.
in.
It has the narrative arc of Pirates of the Caribbean. I start out, I'm floating, the fireflies are bleeping, and all of a sudden there's a thunderclap, and down I go, and now I'm being shot at, and there's pirates, and it's crazy. But then at the end, I always am delivered safely to the shore. And it's a labor of love, And I was thinking that when it's out, and that's going to be probably May of 2027, I want to come to Minneapolis,
Yes.
and I want to do a book launch in Minneapolis.
You should. Absolutely.
Because your fans have been the best people in my life. You and the Jason Show fans. I have received so much love from you guys, and I appreciate it so much. So I had this thought yesterday that I want to kick off my book tour with you.
Oh, that would mean we do. Madeleine, we only have 3 minutes. I'll say this really quickly. It's when Madeleine took a break, obviously to conserve her energy, there wasn't a month that went by that we didn't get an email about you. People were genuinely worried about you. Madeleine saw it. For those who are new to us around the country, the viewers we had to send Madeleine a box about the size of a child full of get well cards, and it was just
I still have every single one. They're in my new condo here in San Diego.
Madeleine worked in the glory days of late night on NBC with Mr. Letterman, and Dave wrote the foreword, right?
He's writing me a blurb. I went to LA and I saw him with Martin Short at Netflix as a joke. And Dave, I asked him if he would write me a blurb, and he said yes. And in writing the book, I realized that my years at Letterman were the happiest years of my career. They really were. I won't say life because my son wasn't there, but they were the happiest years of my career. I had a job that was just custom made for me, and I got inside Dave's head. I wasn't high enough up in the food chain to take any of the stress that would come. You know, when you're the boss, you get the stress. It just comes with what I call the chair. But those years were just magical, and I told him that. And I just have a very special bond with Dave, and I love that man.
What was it like reuniting, and did you notice any difference? Because anybody I study that man. I adore and idolize that man. Everyone that has come into contact with him lately said he is just a softened, lovely version of what he used to be. Did you find that?
Yes, absolutely. First of all,
dump. We got it. Dump. There we go. Madeleine. Master Control got it. We got the word. We got it. Yeah.
I am so sorry.
It's all right.
I haven't been doing this in a while. No, he just was a softened version of Dave. And when you got to work there, the first thing you were told was, do not touch Dave. Do not touch Dave. He had a car accident. His shoulder hurts. Just don't touch him. So I'm like hugging him, and we're in this like crazy emotional embrace. And I said, wait, am I allowed to touch your shoulder? And Dave said, I'm so old now, Madeleine, I'm appreciative for any human contact.
Well, it's good to have you back. I love you. I miss you. And I can't wait to see you, friend.
All right. I love you, Jason. And
Bye,
I love
sweetheart.
Everybody. I'm so sorry.
If you don't already, give Madeleine a follow on social media and head to her website, madinthekitchen.com. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, friends.